welcome to this deep dive. Today we're digging into a really interesting question from the book The Confidence Code by Katty and Claire Shipman.
Right, the big question. Why do so many capable, really talented women often struggle with self-doubt?
Exactly. And this book, it's not just opinion, right? It blends actual scientific research with personal stories and, crucially, some actionable advice.
Yeah, it's quite powerful, and the core idea they land on is that confidence. Well, it isn't just about how smart or talented you are. It seems to be really tied to taking action.
Taking action. They argue that real confidence, the solid kind, it gets built when you actually put yourself out there.
And when you handle failure, which
Well,
is inevitable sometimes.
right, and believing in yourself even when things are, well, tough. What really stood out to me was hearing that even the super successful women they interviewed,
Oh, yeah, the CEOs, scientists,
all of
leaders.
them, they admitted to feeling self-doubt. But the difference, they acted anyway. They pushed through despite feeling unsure.
That's such a key point. Acting, even with uncertainty, seems central. And, the book touches on how our brains can sometimes work against us here.
Almost so.
Well, that tendency to overthink things, to hesitate. The authors suggest this might affect women a bit differently sometimes, maybe due to societal conditioning, making them pause more.
So it's less about ability and more about that hesitation.
Kind of, yeah. Or at least how we respond to the uncertainty, which brings us to that concept they call the confidence gap.
Ah, yes, the gap. Explain that a bit.
It's basically the difference between what you can do, your actual skills, and what you believe you can do, your perceived capability.
And they had that statistic, didn't they? The one about job applications.
That's the one. Really telling. Men often apply if they meet, like 60% of the job criteria?
While women often wait. They hold back until they feel they meet almost 100%.
Think about the opportunities missed just because of that gap, that feeling of not being quite ready.
It really drives home that confidence isn't about being perfect, is it?
Not at all. It's more about having just enough self-trust to give it a shot. To, attempt things even if the outcome isn't guaranteed.
Okay, so it's not about waiting for perfection,
Oh.
but here's the hopeful part, right?
Right.
The book says this isn't fixed.
Exactly. That's the really encouraging message. Confidence is presented as a learnable skill, like building a muscle
A muscle. How does that work?
through practice,
Yeah.
essentially. By intentionally stepping outside your comfort zone, taking those risks, trying new things, you strengthen it over time.
Okay, so for you listening right now, what does this mean in practical terms? How do you actually do that?
Well, the big actionable idea is don't wait to feel confident before you act. Often, the confidence comes after the action or because of it.
Ah, so action drives the feeling, not the other way around.
Pretty much. You act, maybe you stumble, maybe you succeed, but you learn. That builds competence, and competence fuels more confidence for the next time. It's a cycle.
Right. So it doesn't matter if you're just starting your career or maybe you're mid-level or even leading a big team.
No, the advice applies across the board. The confidence code is really encouraging everyone to actively build that self-belief.
How? Like, what are the first steps?
Start small, take a small risk. Speak up in a meeting when you might normally stay quiet. Go for that opportunity that feels just a little bit scary.
And trust your abilities, even when that nagging voice of doubt pops up.
Yes, trust that you can handle it or figure it out. It's a conscious choice, really, to act despite the uncertainty and learn from whatever happens.
So it's a choice and a habit you cultivate.
Exactly. Shifting from waiting for confidence to letting your actions create it.
So wrapping up then, the core message from the Confidence Code seems pretty clear. Confidence isn't passive. It's not something you just get.
No, it's actively built through engaging, through doing.
Okay, so here's a final thought for you to take away. Consider just one small thing you've been hesitating on, maybe because you feel uncertain or doubtful.
Just one thing, and think about this. What if taking that one small action today, despite the doubt, is the first step towards actually reshaping your confidence over time? How might that change things?